A very good morning to you, coming to you live for another enthralling days of cricket. Two games down for decision today in this sixth MCA Fair First F Division 20 over league tournament. And this is from the MCA grounds. Beautiful pictures. You can see the sun is out. Game between Mass Active and Commercial Bank. Commercial Bank, that will be Commercial Bank B. And we'll just take a look at the points table in this Group C league matches. Look at Mass Active sitting on 4th, played 1, lost 1. And Commercial Bank played 2, lost 2, just behind them. So both teams looking for a win here. And one will be guaranteed of 1. Just the points net run rate putting Commercial Bank below because they've lost 2. And, well, looking at answer group, they won both. Consolidation winning both their games, so they are sitting right on top. And we'll take a look at maybe what has to come. Iran is down there with the toss with the 2 captains and the match referee.
It's time to spin the coin here at the MCA cricket grounds in Colombo. Fabulous conditions, and I could promise you that we are going to have a fantastic game between these two teams here. Right then, I have the 2 skippers with me, Geet Sankalpa for Mass Active and Chamila Daminda for Commercial Bank, and our standing match official for the day, Mr. Tiron Vijayvardhana. Gentlemen, can we spin the coin, please? Tails is the call. It is a tails. You won the toss. What are you going to do here first and why?
We're going to bowl first. Due to 2 factors, I think Seamers can do something for in the morning.
You're coming back after 2 consecutive losses. How are the boys prepared for this very important game against the Mass Active?
Yeah, very well. The Seamers are in a good positions. So batters also are in good positions. We hope to win today.
Thank you very much and good luck for today's game. If you won the toss, would you have bowled first as well?
Came to bat first.
Alright, so you're happy with your decision. So what do you think would be a good total to pose against the Commercial Bank? Especially they're coming after 2 losses, so obviously they'll be not very well prepared mentally. So what do you think would be a good total?
I think 150 plus score is good, better to have it as a first inning score. So we will try to have a 150 plus score.
Any special plans in the power play?
No, stick to the basic, and we will try to get more runs without losing our main wickets.
Thank you very much and good luck for today's game. Right then, the news from the centre is that Commercial Bank have won the toss and they will have a bowl first.
So thank you, Iran. You heard it from the man in the centre there. Commercial Bank winning the toss and they want to bowl first. They want to chase, keep this. That's the team card for you. Commercial Bank with the Chamila Damin, the skipper, Bhagya Abhisekara, Janat Ranasinghe, Nipuna Piris, Savindu Chandrasekara, Shashin Kolita, Taraka Gunatilaka, Isuru Yasinta, Pramod Piris, Savindu Jayakushal, and Sujivan Loganathan. MS Active, Geet Sankalpa the captain, Binar Sanket, Dilan Rantunga, Gayan Mettanand, Iranga Chintaka, Randika Jayasinghe, Ravindu Lakshan, Roshan Vijayasekara, Tarindu De Silva, Uvindu Kahagala, and Sarindu Gimhana. The 11 for you will be taking the field. It's a beautiful day, Saturday morning. See the 2 umpires out. The fielders also have made their way to the middle. The 2 umpires for today's game, Chandana Danapala and Tilanka Salgadu. And the match referee in charge, Mr. Tiron Vijayvardhana. Helping us for this game, the 2 scorers are Ruchini Samarasinghe and Vajira Kumara. These pictures coming to you live from Sporty.lk. Watch it on your screen. You can see that www.sporty.lk to view these matches, mercantile games, covering all the divisions. So we are waiting for the start of play. time is up. Medium pace to operate. Starting from the pavilion end. So just maybe waiting for the clock to turn. Lovely Saturday morning. So 2 games down here and then 2 games at Nalanda College grounds today. Both covered. In line and off the mark straight away. Gently pushed into that mid-wicket region. Good start, a decent start from the bowler and also from the batsman. Just waiting for the names. Okay, so here we see the left and right hand combination. So Randika, this is Randika Jayasinghe, averaging pretty low, just the 10, striking at 82, highest of 29 early days. 10 games played so far. Put up here this gentle medium pace. That was a full toss. Should have been put away. Manages to get it down to square leg, towards the fine leg region. Fielder coming, had to run around quite a lot, but made sure kept it down to 1. So that I think I would say a little bit of poor running early morning. They should have looked at getting the second because it was away from that fine leg field. There we see the 10 matches, just 87 runs. So early days for Randika Jayasinghe. There we see it again, highest of 29. This is Roshan Vijay Singh. That's it over the top of cover. Into the boundary. Yes, that's the first boundary. Put up here this gentle medium pace on the off, pitched up, and Roshan going over extra cover.
This is Roshan Vijay Singh.
There we see shot again.
That's hit over the top of cover.
This time coming round the wicket. Again, Irish plays it up in there. Fielder getting under it. No, they misjudged. That hung in there for a long time. It was in there, but the fielder, he didn't look like he wanted to catch it for me because he was not. That's Kolita there. Should have made ground. It's going very slow. They misjudged the ball. They thought he had it covered, I think, and then started running away from him. Nowhere close to it when it landed. So Roshan again. That's nicely played into the covers and good bit of fielding. Batsman crossover for 1. Nipunapir is a bit expensive in his first over. Given away 9 runs in 5 deliveries. Roshan on 8 and Randika on 1. Again, short wide outside the off stump. Fielder made a meal of it, but manages to just ensure to stop the ball before it crosses the line. The batsman back for 2. That's the end of the first over. Expensive first over. 11 runs off it. It was short and wide on most occasions. had the chance of picking up a wicket, but fielder misjudged it. It's 11 for none after 1.
We present to you
Bhagya Besekara. There we see him 3 for 62, his best, 19 wickets in 18 games, 18 innings. Economy on the high side, 7.05. Nicely driven down the ground. He'll get a single. Roshan has been the more aggressor. Looking to go over the top. Both opening bowlers not picking up a lot of wickets. So maybe that's the reason still to get off the back in this tournament. That one gentle full toss hammered over the mid-wicket region. One bounce into the fence. So both batsmen now have opened their boundary count. That was easy. Shot a full toss on the pads with the fielders in the circle. Prashant Bhagia now. No, that one. Slight movement back in to the right hand, trying to cut. There was a little bit of extra bounce as well. So now it's much better. Putting much better lines and length. So a bit nippy with his action when coming on to the bat quite quickly. There again you see outside the off stump a little bit of extra bounce. Again batsman trying to cut, playing it under, or going over the bat. This one pitched up. That goes to the distance. Onto the side screen. The first maximum in the innings of the bat of Rantika Jai Singh. That was in the slot, pitched right up. That brings up the end of the second over. So identical 11 runs apiece from the two opening bowlers. But also giving up 11 runs after that 6. So it's 22 for none after 2. Yeah, this is that shot again, right in the slot. Dispatches it straight onto that side screen. Very safe shot. Change in bowling, Sujeevan Loganathan coming in now. So there's something with the ball. Change another right arm medium pacey from round the wicket. This time goes down leg and Roshan gets bat on it into the boundary. No chance for that short fine leg field. So not a good start basically from Commercial Bank bowlers. The captain winning the toss, wanting to field first. They expected to try and pick up a wicket or two early on. But every over they've considered boundaries. They're off to a flyer. MS active. This one much better. Line with the stumps. Both batsmen on 13 each. Score has moved on to 26. First ball was a loosener, but punished. This time works it in that cover region. Will that go into the boundary? Yes, it is. That's the second boundary. This is over. Roshan Wijayasekara purposely playing that down. You saw it short, wide, and he cut it down onto the ground, away from that point field. Actually, the diving point field. There we see very safe shot and very well placed. Short third man just had to run after the ball and fetch it. That's good cricket. Got two boundaries. Now it takes a single. What a brilliant start by MS Active. 31 on the board. Still in the third over. Waiting for slight adjustment. Again, Randika trying to cut. See him play that cut shot on about 3 occasions, missing. Playing underneath the delivery. Not gauging the bounce as yet. Oh, that's a slow ball. Driven bowler misfields. They'll concede another run. So, end of the third over. Does one better. So, Jeevan conceding just 10. Two opening bowlers conceding 11 each. So, after 3 overs, it's 32 for no loss. It's like there's a slight injury problem for one of the batsmen. Was that Roshan Wijayasekara? It's like maybe cramping up, or has he pulled a muscle? Early days, just 3 overs. Didn't see him running pretty hard. Let's see. It's just a cramp, or he's having some. It seems to be okay. I think just cramping. So we are back again. Shanatta runner singer. So double change from and then a spin. Left arm spin straight away. Randika. This time cut away in the gap. That will be another boundary. So leaking boundaries. Every bowler conceding boundaries in their first over. That one was way short. Cut away in front of point. So ball pretty slow, so he had to hit it way in front. There again shot, that one upish, but in that gap. Again in the same region, but this time the fielder will get to it. This has been the problem for Commercial Bank, not been consistent. They have been leaking boundaries. There we see that one just tossed up. Randika, he preferred to stay at the crease and then try to sweep it. I thought should have taken a step out, taken it on the full and hammered it towards mid-wicket region. Again down the leg, this time swept again in there. Chance for a catch, yes it is. So finally, Commercial Bank has struck in the fourth over. Randika didn't look very comfortable out there, was playing and missing and some of the deliveries. Then this one again tried to sweep it, getting a top edge. That short fine leg fielder completing an easy catch. That's Randika chasing, gone for 20 of just 14 deliveries. It's 38 for 1.
in the heart of Colombo.
So Janath, the new batsman, Pinar Sanket, 88 highest score. There's a 950s, 1,168 runs in 52 games. So short and wide down the leg side. Batsman missed it, the wicketkeeper missed it, and will be called wides. Yes, so that's 5 runs to the total. 5 wides, very expensive over again. But Janath Ranasinghe, so still keeping to more than 10 runs per over. Not sure what he was trying. Maybe yeah, he was trying to surprise the batsman with that faster delivery, but I think he surprised the wicketkeeper as well. 5 runs added. Don't played defensively, so that ends another 11 run over. So you got 3 11 run overs and 1 10 run over. That was that last wicket, sweeping a little too early. Didn't get the back of the bat. Catch completed. So Roshan will be on strike this time, driving straight down the ground. That will be powerfully hit into the boundary. The umpire also had to take evasive action. That was hit like a tracer bullet. Sujeevan starts off with another boundary. So that shot again, monstrous hit, a lot of power. This time short, pulled into that region. Fielder is there. Roshan Vijayasekara. He's on 23 of just 11 deliveries, 4 boundaries. So first 5 overs have all considered boundaries. The new batsman now Binara Sanket. Binara off the mark this time, pushed into the covers. Let's go try to get Roshan on strike. Vijayasekara, Roshan Vijayasekara, he's going at over 200 at the moment, the strike rate. Oh, what was that? Given as a no ball, yes, correctly called because it pitched outside the playing area, the matting. Trying to, what was it trying to do? Saw the bowler, saw the batsman walking in, and then suddenly ball hits the side of the matting and just goes. That was like a leg cutter, and then suddenly goes along the ground. So hit something in the matting, or was it out on the grass? So it's a no ball. This one again, that the bit of hit tries to pull it, but gets another boundary over the keeper's head this time. So Jeevan, pretty expensive. Tried to go short. So the 50 up, 54 on the board, 54 for 1. Shot pulled again. But there is a fielder there. There'll be 1 run. Very expensive over here. 12 runs conceded. 1 delivery left. What a start for MS Active. That one again a slow delivery. So Binara just puts it over again. A couple of bouncers into the fence. Another boundary. So that's the 3rd boundary in the over. Not sure what they're thinking, but nothing is working. There we see trying to bowl that back of the hand delivery. Ends up with a juicy full toss into the boundary. So that's 5 overs done. It's 59 for 1.
In the heart of Colombo, where dreams are...
After 5 overs, Mass Active, they have got off to a brilliant start. 59 for the loss of 1 wicket. Roshan, the opening batter, unbeaten on 28 of 14. He has been going on his merry way. Well, it's the final over in the power play. During the toss, the Mass Active skipper did mention that they were happy to bat first, even though Commercial Bank won the toss and decided to bowl first. They were happy with their decision. The opening batters, they have justified the reason that the skipper decided to bat first. .60 for the loss of 1 wicket. It has been a very good start by the opening batters. Janath, the only successful bowler so far for Mass Active, in fact Commercial Bank, has managed to grab 1 wicket conceding 12 runs, but still he has been good. Goes for a big shot. It doesn't connect it quite well. No run added to the total. trying to go up and over the offside field. A packed offside field, I would call it. 4 fielders inside the ring. Floats it again, a bit of misfield. Will help the batters to cross over 1 run. It's a beautiful day, a Saturday in Colombo. A holiday. Wide call by the umpire. Tough call, but anything that would go past the leg stump, the umpires are very tough on it. Short, pulls it. Just the 1 run. The Commercial Bank, they are coming into this game after losing 2 consecutive games in their previous encounters, so they need to try and make a game out of this. It's not going to be easy for them. The mass active batters, they're very, very capable players. They will take you on. Power play done. 63 for 1. Right, so we are done with the power play overs. 63 for the loss of 1 wicket. Mass active, they have got off to a fabulous start, especially the top order batters. They have used the power play overs to maximize the run rate as much as possible. 10 plus runs per over scored during the first 6 overs, so they should be ideally looking at a total somewhere around 175 plus with the start they have got off here. Roshan has been very, very aggressive. 30 or 16 deliveries. He has really taken the bowlers on. Hardly given any chance to the bowlers to settle in. Savindu, the new bowler. We are into the 7th over of the innings. A very crucial passage of play, I would call it. Over number 7 to 15. Especially the fielding team, they do get a chance to come back into this game. Especially they have been undone during the power play overs, so they'll be looking to make a comeback, especially during this middle passage of play. On the other hand, the batters, what they need to try and do here during this passage of play is try and rotate the strike as much as possible. Avoid dot deliveries. Look for those loose deliveries that could be put away, the odd boundaries. You will get them. Make sure to score off every single delivery. And that will at least get you the 6 runs, and that odd boundary will definitely help you to put on a compatible total at the end of 20 overs. That'll be called a wide, wayward one. Probably trying to stay off the arc of Binara. Fired it in. Probably the finger delivery. Tossed up. There is protection at deep long off. This has been a decent over so far, just the 3 runs considered. Full toss will be just the 1 run. It has been a good over so far, just the 4 runs off the 4 deliveries. Another juicy full toss, isn't it? Beautifully driven. The batters, they'll come back for a couple of runs. Now this is what I was talking about. Try and score off every possible delivery. Hit those gaps, run those runs. A beautiful outfield here at the MCA Cricket Grounds. The grass has been trimmed well. So as batters, you'll have full value for the shots. Very watchful. 7 overs done, 6 runs coming off that. 69 for 1.
In the heart of Colombo,
7 overs done, 69 for 1. It's the 6 MCAF division matches happening here in Colombo, especially during the weekends. Isuru Yacinta has been introduced into the deck. Is the Group C matches between these two games. Commercial Bank B versus Mass Active. We have one more game coming up this afternoon in the same group. Siam City Cement and Camera.lk. Full toss, hammers it straight into the fielder, but he fails to connect it, and that'll run down to the boundary. Well, that was a 50-50 chance, I would call it. The fielder putting in the diving effort. Let's take a quick look at that. Full toss taken on the full. Trying to go mid-wicket, probably couldn't place it well. Bouncing just in front of the fielder. A deep long on. A welcome boundary after quite some time for Mars Active. Now these two batters, what they need to do is they need to try and keep the momentum. Short. In fact, that's another boundary. Well, for a moment I thought that the long off fielder might get across that, but the ball did have the legs. Now look at that. Short. It was just looped up in the air, but this is what I was talking about. The outfield, as batters, you'll get full value for the shots. It just bounced off the turf into the boundary cushions. Roshan, he's on a roll. 40 of 22 so far. That was a very good delivery. He really slowed it up. As spinners, that is one area that you could work on. If you're getting hammered all around the park, try and bowl it slow. Hit the good length. Let the ball have a little bit of bite out of the surface. Make the ball talk. Binner has been kind of struggling out there, isn't it? 9 of 10 deliveries. I sense a big shot. And that's the big shot. He was trying to come down the track. Beautiful conditions here at the MCA grounds today. The sun is shining bright. Couldn't have asked for a better atmosphere. A very expensive over comes to an end. 11 runs coming off over number 8. 80 for 1. Mass Active, they made sure to keep the momentum. 8 overs, 80 runs, 10 runs per over. This is good batting. Full toss. Pulled into the leg side. Into the basket. And out it goes. Another one goes begging for Commercial Bank. Well, these kind of catches, you need to take them. Especially at this level of cricket. You can't afford to drop these catches. Catchers will win you matches. And we could wait and see how much this catch is going to cost. Straight into the hands and it pops out. Roshan gets another life. When you get the opportunity, you need to grab them with both hands. 43 of 25 for Roshan, been around beaten on 10. That has been swept and swept fine into the square leg boundary for 4 runs. What a shot by Binara. He really gave it a whack. Beautiful shot. Lovely shot. Beautifully placed it between the fielders at square leg and mid wicket front of square. Going down on the knees. Fabulous shot. Binara. 14 of 13. Breaking the shackles. He was waiting for that shot. He really wanted to go against the bowlers. Dances down the track. Through extra cover. Poor bit of fielding once again. That will cost a boundary. Should have been just a couple of runs, maybe 1 run in fact. This is very poor from Commercial Bank. They're really giving it away. The bowlers, they will lose their momentum as well. A diving effort at short extra cover, but that was surely stoppable. Between the 2 legs, into the boundary. Once again an expensive over. Misfield at short extra cover again. It has been an expensive over so far. 10 runs coming off 5 deliveries. Mass active. They made sure to maintain that run rate of 10 per over, which is very good. The dugouts, obviously they should be very happy about what's happening out there in the middle. Smart batting. 11 runs coming off that over. 9 overs done. 91 for 1.
In the heart of Colombo,
.91 for 1. Current run rate 10.11 per over. And we have another bowling change. Taraka has been brought into the attack. Well, looking at how the mass active batters have gone against the Commercial Bank bowlers, they should be eyeing a total anything about 180. Taraka Gunathilaka, 22 matches, an experienced campaigner. Short, there is protection. Roshan has done the bulk of scoring, 45 of 28 deliveries. He has been out there from ball number 1. And probably, I believe that he needs to continue until the latter part of this innings. Because once you get yourself settled in, once you identify the pace of the wicket and how the wicket is behaving, you need to make sure to anchor the innings at least until the 16th to the 17th over, and then look for those big shots. Binara, on the other hand, I believe he needs to take on the bowlers with 9 wickets in hand. One batter should try and go after the bowlers, and I believe that's Binara, because he has been out there for 16 deliveries and he has his senior batting partner on the other hand who has very well settled himself in. Quick single. Roshan says no. Bit of miscommunication between the 2 batters. Probably Roshan doing a little bit of ball watching. Good over so far. Just the 1 run of the 4 deliveries. This is very good bowling. Now, if you take a closer look at these few deliveries, he has taken pace off. Completely, he has taken pace off. Hardly given anything on offer for the batters to play with. The batters have had to work themselves hard. Smart piece of bowling, I would call it. Inviting the batters, if possible, to go after them. Just like that. Brilliant. Just the 3 runs coming off over number 10. Half stage done. Mars Active 94 for 1.
We've got something new for you. Tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers, and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
In the heart of Colombo. At the Mercantile Cricket Association, passion for the game starts young. The MCA Academy welcomes boys and girls under 13, 15 and 17. We go beyond the basics, teaching them leadership, public speaking and the importance of sportsmanship. The MCA Academy, nurturing champions, one game, one lesson at...
Right, so we are back live after the water break. 10 overs done, 94 for 1. Managing to bring it back. It was over 10 runs per over. Now it's 9.4. Roshan Vijayasekar, he has moved to 47 of just 30 deliveries with Binara Sanket on 20 of 18. Fielding not been too good. Misfields, drop catches. Shashin Kolita. There we see again another misfield. Give the batsman 2 runs in that not a normal bowling action you'd see even at the start. He'll stretch one leg out and then hand comes from behind. Oh, that one going on with the arm. He has taken his time. He is still going at a runner ball. This one is in the air. Gone. That's wicket number 2. Roshan Vijayasekar with a half century in sight. Well, he would have thought that he was getting it in that delivery because it was a short delivery. Tried to pull but couldn't get the full shot. Top edging it to fine leg, short fine leg region. Easy catch for that fielder. They hold on to something now, finally. There we see falling. He didn't have control. Easy catch. So that's the end of Roshan Vijayasekar. Gone for 47 off just 31. A very good start given to MS Active. And it's 98 for 2 after 11. New batsman Uvindu Kagal. It'll be Taraka Gunatilaka to bowl his second. He had a good first over, just the 3 runs. Again, we see another misfield, and this is sloppy cricket by Commercial Bank. That was just gently played down to that short finding fielder. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but just overran the ball, misfielded it, and Pinara, he was watching proceedings. He took that extra run. Fielding has been pretty ordinary by Commercial Bank, especially when you win a toss, you want to field first. If you're going to bowl first, need to do the basics right. You need to restrict the batting side. Don't want them running away. You can see this last wicket again. Yes, tried to go up and over. And I think the ball bounced a little too much. Went on with the shot. So now Windu, the new batsman, will be on strike. Left hand, and he's immediately off the mark. They ran the first one hard, looking for a second, but decides against it. Hundred on the board. It's 102 now. It's nice to do it. Again a misfield. This is not good. Cannot. Ball was driven straight to the field. There we see the scoreboard showing 103 now with that misfield for 2 wickets. The ball is played straight. You just cannot misfield it. Taraka, he has done a pretty good job. 2 overs and none for 8. Sure, he would have ended up with much lesser if not for those misfields in this over. Well done. It's 103 for 2.
Time. At the Mercantile Cricket
very good start. First 10 overs getting to 94 for 1. We're looking at something in the region of 180 at the moment. But with wickets in hand, you'll never know what sort of a total. But pretty disappointed with the Commercial Bank's approach. Been pretty ordinary on the field. No enthusiasm, that don't get the feeling they're playing together. Sachin also has done a good job. Just 5 runs, picked up a wicket in his second over. Quick single taken there. Played with soft hands. That's good cricket. Need to just keep it rotating. Minimize the dot balls. In the meantime, he's on 28 of 28. Going at a runner ball. Bite also the off stump. Just plays it back to the ball. He was trying to cut it into the off, but I think ball not coming on sometimes. This time plays it late into that gap for a single. And see the fielder standing on the 30th circle. End of another over. Pretty good over by Sachin. 13 done, it's 106 for 2. See that betting card, the two openers back in the hut, but not before they gave a good start. 20 of 14 and 47 of 31. You can see those 9 fours between them and a 6. Look at the strike rates. So they laid the platform for a big total here. 7 overs left in this innings. And more runs. Taraka will continue his third over. It just taps it down for a single. I think they're doing the right thing, you know, when the bowling is now it's much better. These two, Sachin and Taraka, doing a very good job trying to keep the run rate down. Now it has come down to 8.1. That's about 10 at the start. I'm short again. Moves across and hoiks it over one bounce into the fence. There was a deep mid-wicket fielder, but no chance of stopping that. So Binara says, I'm not going to let you settle, Taraka. Moves outside off stump and then goes leg side. That was Sachin in the picture there. Couldn't get to that. He is varying his pace, bowling it quite slow. So equally good cricket by Vidura. Gets that single. Making sure it doesn't give any dot balls this over. Got a leg by and 2 singles and a boundary. This one Upish, is there a field? Yes, getting under it and takes an easy catch. Head eye catch. Taraka strikes. And this MS losing their third wicket. I think he's been bowling pretty well. And MS, maybe they would have thought they needed boundaries. They were not happy with the runs they were getting. The well judged catch taken in the deep. Kahagala goes for 3 of 6 deliveries. It's 113 for 3. Geet Sankalpa, the new batsman. There again. This time the bowler misfails. What is happening? Just can't stop the ball. Concedes the single. This is that last wicket. Chipped it in there. It was not to the pitch of it. Because if he had got all of it, I'm sure he would have cleared that boundary. 14 done, it's 114 for 3. Eight bowlers used, and the 7th and 8th bowler are the ones who have done the job. They've picked up wickets and they've kept the run rate down. 3 overs, 1 for 15 for Taraka Gunatilaka, and 2 overs, 1 for 7 for Sachin Kolita. It's Sankalpa, the skipper. Sachin bowling his 3rd now. Again played into the covers. Batsman crossover for a single straight to the fielder, but he's on the 30-yard circle, so enough time to cross over. This time going quickly to that fielder. And wide outside there was some cut. There is a man. It's a cover boundary, but it'll just be a single. Run rate dropping. Now it has come down to 8. This time Geet goes big. It's out of here. That's a massive shot. Down on one knee. Took it from outside off. Dispatched it onto that road. Let's see that again. Had control of it. On the other side, into that garden it goes, and there we see another ball coming out. Match referee Tiran Vijay Gunawardana handing another ball for play to resume. Not sure whether we'll get that other ball back. Looks like a brand new delivery. Umpire not happy. Should have a used ball. Just a change of ball, newish delivery. The batsman might not complain, because if it's the harder ball will travel faster. Cut hard. Oh, another misfield. That's through that fielder. This is not good. I wouldn't even want to say schoolboy cricket, because that was just through that fielder. Field for the bowler. Just played. Oh my. Ball just not going to hand, whether it's in the air or whether it's along the ground. Wouldn't want to see that replay again. And this time they managed to stop it. Sankalpa moves on to 13 of just 5 deliveries. That's the end of the 15th. Oh, 15 done. It's 127 for 3.
In the heart of Colombo, where dream...
Goes for a big shot. Clears the ground quite comfortably. A big one. Hammered it with pure power. Geet decides that is the last 5 overs of the game and he needs to go after the bowlers. What a lovely shot that was, going down on one knee and gave it a proper smack. Cleared the ground quite comfortably. 6 more runs added to the total. 1-3-3 for 3 now. Going to be an interesting contest. Goes again. 2 in a row. This time over mid-wicket. All the way she goes. A fantastic shot once again by Geet. He has decided that he's going to cut loose again Taraka Gunathilaka. Now look at that. Pure power. That's muscle power. That really came out of the screws. This is good batting. Straight away, pressure on the bowler. Taraka Gunathilaka. Couple of deliveries. Both flying out the park. Now look at those muscles. Yeah, he's a big boy. Geet, the skipper, he decides that he's going to take on Taraka Gunathilaka. I'm pretty sure he's going to continue. Tall lad, 6'4". Goes again. Clears long on this time. That's 3 in a row. This is absolutely brilliant batting from the skipper himself. Look at that. Tall lad. Clearing the ground quite comfortably. That was an easy shot, isn't it? The long on fielder watches it sail over him. 3 in a row. This is fabulous batting. Absolutely brilliant. They are catching up for the overs that they hardly managed to get some runs. 18 runs coming off the first 3 deliveries in over number 16. What a start to the last passage of the play. Taraka Gunathilaka, he has completely spoiled his figures in this final over. Prior to this, he had bowled the 3 overs, conceding just the 15 runs and managing to grab a wicket. Now, it's completely different. I'm pretty sure that Geet, the skipper, will try to go for another one. Oh, that was fired in. That was fired in. Smart bowling. Taraka Gunathilaka, he knew that Geet was going to go after him. This is great batting. Binner, he has been out there for 35 deliveries of 35. He needs to try and make a difference now. Gets the skipper back on strike. Looking for a second run. Denied by the skipper. 32 of 9. Is really taking the bowlers into the cleaners. Oh, throws the kitchen sink at it. Fails to contact. 20 coming off over number 16. 147 for 3. Over number 17. Smart piece of batting by Binner, realizing that the skipper is in good form, in red hot form. Shashin Kohli, he's into his final over. 21 for 1 so far. Goes across the line again. Fielder settles under and grabs it. Good take. A big wicket. The skipper departs. Trying to go over deep mid wicket once again across the line. But this time failing to get the distance. He got the elevation but not the distance. But what a hand he has played. He has completely changed the complex of this game. 32 of 10. And he departs. 4th wicket down for Mars Active. Smart piece of bowling, I would call it. Bowling across the right-hand batter. Inviting him to do the hard work. Try and go after me. Fabulous innings comes to an end. 32 of 11. 4 sixes, big ones. Look at the strike rate. 290. 148 for 4. New man walks in. Tarindo Silva. Gets off the mark in the very first delivery. Here's a quick look at that wicket again. Bowled it way outside the off stump, inviting the batter to fetch it. Would have been a better stroke if he had gone over the offside field, looking for a quick single. Gets it quiet. In fact, there was a single surely. The non-striker turning down the request. A good over so far. The previous over going for 20 runs and coming back strong. Commercial Bank. Just a couple of runs and a wicket so far. Tries to drag it again outside the off stump. Shashin Kolitha. He has been good with the ball when most of the bowlers were taken into the cleaners. He has played his part in this middle passage of play. 2 for 22. Finishes off his spell. What a good over. Just the 3 runs coming off over number 17. 150 on the board for Mars Active for the loss of 4 wickets.
In the heart of Colombo, where
3 more to go. I'm a little bit surprised to see how Binner has been batting out there. Well, 39 of 41 deliveries with 17 deliveries to go in this over. In fact, 38 of 41. Probably he needs to try and go after the bowlers now. It's time. It's time to up the rate. He's been out there for some time. Being a T20 game, you need to score at a better rate. Well, the skipper during the toss did mention that he was looking for a total of 150 plus. So they have managed to get there. It's just a matter of finishing things off in style. But anything above 175, it's going to be very challenging for the Commercial Bank batters. Dances down the track and gets it on the full. And clears a deep mid-wicket. Quite comfortably. Big one. Binner probably hit it here, what I was talking on mic. He decides it's time to go after the bowlers. Big one. Gets a juicy full toss. Connects it. Not easy to connect these kind of deliveries when you're dancing down the track. But he made sure to keep his eye in contact with the ball. 45 of 42. 15 legal deliveries left in this innings so far. The players taking a bit of a rest as the ball is currently resting on top of the practice nets. Binner might feel quite confident after that shot over mid-wicket. 158 for the loss of 4 wickets. 15 deliveries left in this innings. Binner has been out there from the second over of the innings. 45 of 42. Dances down the track again. Gets a juicy full toss and he deposits it. This time out of the ground she goes. 6 more runs and that's the half century for Binura. What an innings by this player. He was anchoring his innings at the initial part of this innings. But now he decides that it's time to finish things off in style. Couple of sixes in this over so far. 2 more deliveries to go. Both deliveries being juicy full tosses by Janat. Probably feeling that pressure, realizing the batter was trying to walk down the ground. A big shot once again, clearing the mid-wicket fence quite comfortably. Well, the momentum once again shifting towards the mass active players. They were struggling a little bit during the middle passage of play. The commercial bank players managing to grab the couple of wickets, slowing down the run rate a little bit. But in these last 2.4 overs, things have really changed. 20 runs coming off over number 16 and 14 already in this over so far. Probably with a couple more deliveries to go, Binara would surely try to take on these 2 deliveries as well. Projected score 186 would be absolutely fantastic for Mass Active. Sweeps quite easily. That's the 3rd consecutive 6 of the over. Binara is finishing things off in style. This is great batting, isn't it? The previous 2 deliveries, he danced down the track, and this time going down on one knee. There is a fielder placed at deep fine leg, but he still manages to play him quite comfortably. This is fabulous batting. Dancing shoes on. What a beautiful shot. That'll be 4 in a row for Binara. What an over. What a player he's turning out to be. This is great batting. Commercial Bank feeling the heat on a Saturday morning. Lovely shot. That's a classy shot over deep long off. Not the easiest shots that you could play. 26 runs coming off that over. 18 overs done. 176 for 4. Two more overs to go. Surely gonna be a couple of big overs. I'm pretty sure about that. $176 for 4. Looking for a quick single. This is very smart. Binara, he was very sure that he's gonna get to the striker's end. He's feeling good. 4 sixes in the previous over. So surely he needs to be on strike. Well, I would believe that the wicketkeeper, he should have been much more proactive behind the stumps. Surely know that Binara would want to be on strike, so he would try and take every run possible. Down the track, through extra cover. There is protection, just the 1 run added to total. Looking for a second. 177 for 4. Ten legal deliveries left. Another 15 runs would definitely get them to 190 plus. That'll be called as a wide. Well, looking at how Binara has been batting out there, they should surely look at a total of 190 plus for sure. Trying to stay away from the arc of the batter. That shows that these bowlers are in tremendous pressure. Fuller length delivery. Hammers it. Big shot. This is great piece of batting. Lots of wrist work involved in that one. Tharinu, he made it quite easy. Then it looked on screen. There you go. Roll of the wrist. Or extra cover. These are not easy shots, I need to tell you that. This is good batting. What an end it has been to this innings so far. Full toss. Gets it into the gap. That's another boundary. It's raining boundaries here at the MCA ground. The mass active batters, they are seeing the ball like a football. Square leg and fine leg inside the circle. So anything, a little bit of edge would really take it on to the boundary. A flashing outfield here at the MCA grounds. Full value for his shots as batters. There you go. Pressure on the bowler. Absolute pressure. Trying to stay away from the hitting arc of the batter. Trying hard. Nipunapir is into his second over. He's gone the distance so far in this over. 14 runs considered. Very expensive, isn't it? These are big overs. Really going to hurt the Commercial Bank when they come out to chase down this mammoth total. Full toss. Down the ground. Will be a boundary. They are making things look quite easy. These batters. Tarindu is joining the party with Binara. 18 runs coming off this over so far. Juicy full toss. He just needed to get it past that infield with a long fielder in place. Still the ball wins the race. One more delivery left in this over. 194. 200 on the cards now for Mass Active. Short delivery. Fails to make proper contact. An expensive over once again. 19 done. 194 for 4. There you go. There's some young kids who have shown up on a Saturday morning for a few training sessions, enjoying themselves here at the Mercantile Cricket Grounds in Colombo. Beautiful day. The sun is shining bright. Fabulous conditions for cricket. They're into the final over of the innings. 194 for 4. And with Binner on strike, they're surely looking for a big end here. Short hammers it. There is protection. And good running between the wickets as well. Bhagia Besekara into his second over. Couple of runs. Binner back on strike. 5 deliveries to go in this over to finish things off for Mass Active. Dancing shoes on. Hammers it down the ground. Probably they'll look for a second run. In fact, that's a boundary. Well, talking about this outfield, I need to tell you that the ground staff, they have done a fantastic job to prepare this fiery outfield. Now look at that shot. It was just a punch off the front foot. The fielders doing their best, but still couldn't get to that. 200 up on the board for Mass Active. They were looking for 150 plus. And they have gone way about that. Commercial Bank, when they're back out to bat here, it'll be a tough afternoon for them with the sun shining bright right on top of the ground. Oh, goes for a big shot. Misses it completely again. Couple of dot deliveries. Golden dust for Commercial Bank. The damage has been done. I need to tell you that. 200 on the board. You couldn't have asked for a better scoreboard for Mass Active. Commercial Bank, surely they'll be worried. Finning the toss. Oh, look at that again. This is absolutely brilliant. It's a lightning outfield here at the MCA grounds. The ball is just running across the turf. A little bit of wrist work. Straight past the bowler. And the long on and the long off fielder once again crosses over each other, failing to stop the boundary. The final delivery coming up in the innings. Well, marginal. That was harsh on the bowlers, I thought for a moment. Parkia. Well, if you could take a quick look at that again, I just thought it was going on top of the wide line. Yeah, harsh on the bowler. And that would cost a boundary. Well, finishing things off in style. Once again, an expensive over to 20th. 15 runs coming off that. Standing ovation for the two batters from the players in the dugout. Aren't they delighted? Winning the toss and being put into bat first. And look at how things finished off for Mars Active. Walking across the stumps. Tharinder putting those finishing touches. Laying the icing on the cake. What a knock, a cameo from this man. 24 of 10 deliveries to finish things off for Mars Active. And it has been a brilliant effort. Look at the teammates. Aren't they happy? Why shouldn't they be happy? They have achieved their target. They were looking for 150, but they've gone past 200. They'll be feeling quite comfortable out there in the dugout at the end of the first innings. 209 for 4. Binara finishing off on 78 of 52 deliveries. Here's a quick look at the scorecard then for you folks. The two opening batters, they got off to a blistering start. Roshan Wijayasekara 47 and Randika a fiery 20. And look at that innings from Binara, unbeaten on 78. And the skipper Geet Sankalpa, he did a little bit of fire show, 32 of 11, with 4 sixers, 13 extras and a lots of misfields, helping Mars Active to get to that mammoth total of 209. Looking at the bowling card, the standout for the day was Shashin Kohli at 4 overs, 23 runs, when most of the bowlers were conceding 14-13 plus runs for over and managing to grab 2 wickets. And Taraka and Janath managing to grab 1 wicket apiece. But all of the bowlers, they were quite expensive. Good partnerships, which really helped Mars Active to get to that total of 209 for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of 20 overs. Let's take a quick look at the second session highlights. The two opening batters, they got off to a flying start. They really took on the bowlers. They played some delightful strokes, especially Randika Jayasinghe at the initial stage. He really took on the bowlers. They were going after them, one after the other. Some delightful strokes, touches, one onto the offside, one onto the leg side. He was really dominating. And before this really happened, he tried to cut one outside the off stump, which was a misfield, which ran down to the boundary. And he tried to sweep one over the short fine leg fielder and held on to him when he was dismissed for 20 of 14. Then these two batters, Roshan Wijayasekara and Binara Sanket, they played some delightful strokes that really took on the bowlers. They played some lovely strokes. There were some lucky chances which really went over the infield as well. But talking about the fielding, I wasn't really happy about how the Commercial Bank fielders really helped their bowlers in the outfield. There were multiple missed chances which went down a pecking. Quite a lot of them. That was one of them. You could call it a half chance. But at this level of cricket, oh boy, those kind of catchers, you need to get them. It was a very good partnership in the middle, especially during the power play. They really took on the bowlers. And the middle passage of the innings, the two bowlers, Shashin Kohli and Taraka Gunatilaka, they came back strong. They really applied the brakes and they managed to get 3 wickets in that middle passage of play from over number 7 to 15, putting a little bit of brakes on the innings. They slowed down the run scoring, but there again, look at those misfields. Those are the ones which really costed the Commercial Bank players, especially bowlers. They would be really disappointed. But look at those mammoth sixers. The skipper, when he really decided to take on the bowler Tharaka Gunathilaka in that 1 over. 3 sixes on a row. And then Binara decided that he's going to clear the ropes as well. He took on the 18th over, playing 4 massive sixes, big ones on the trot. They went flying over the ropes, which really helped Mars Active to get to a mammoth total of 209. A brilliant knock. He got off to a brilliant start. It was quite slow, but he converted it into a beautiful innings. He crafted it nicely. That was the shot of the day for me. Went over long off, and then a little bit of wrist work from Tharinder De Silva. Played some delightful strokes, got few juicy full tosses as well. He was unbeaten on 16 of 7. But talking about the outfield, the ball was just running on this turf. The fielders at the boundaries, they hardly got a chance to get across the field. Lots of wrist work, and it was a busy time for the fielders across the boundary. So that was the summary. That was the session highlights for you. Commercial Bank winning the toss, deciding to bowl first. Mars Active 209 for 4 wickets at the end of 20 overs. We'll take a short break, and when we are back, it'll be the chase by the Commercial Bank.
In the heart of Colombo, where dreams...
We've got something new for you here at MCA. Tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers, and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
In the heart of Colombo, where... At the Mercantile Cricket Association, passion for the game starts young.
We are back live for the run chase. A tall ask 209 for 4 is what MS Active got after being asked to bat. Roshan Wijayasekara and Rantika Jayasinghe, a brilliant start, 47 and 20. Then we had Vinara Sanket not out on 78 of just 52 deliveries. Geet Sankalp also the skipper. Magnificent 32 of just 11, and Tharinder De Silva remained not out on 16. 13 extras, 209 for 4 in 20 overs. You put a Pires 2 overs, none for 28. Well, we look at the wicket takers because there are 8 bowlers here. Jarath Ranasinghe 1 for 41 of just 3. Tharaka Gunathilaka 1 for 35 of 4, and Shashin Kolita the best 2 for 23 of 4 with 10 dot balls. For the wickets was 38, 98. That's what's needed. 210 from 120. That's a tall ask. Commercial Bank B. Remember, they won the toss in the morning and elected to bowl first. Don't think they had this target in mind. Spin to begin with straight away. Looks like it's Shashin, the opening batsman. Had excellent figures. Gentle loosener. Gayan Mittanand. Sachin Kolita and Pramod Piris, the other opening batsman. So on the board, Sachin off the mark with a single. Commercial Bank on the way. Pramod Piris, not a lot to talk about, just the 5 matches, 44 runs, 18 his highest, averaging 22 early days, and striking a pretty decent 97. So if he bats out there for long, be going around the runner ball. That's Gayan Metanand, 24 wickets, 3 for 14, his best. Oh, that was a swept from middle stump. But a bit dangerous, because if you're strapped on the pad, I think that would have been a goner. Bowling from around the wicket to the left hand. That's the first wicket. Not sure what Pramod was thinking. Just danced on the track and then played a sweep. Missed it. The wicket keeper does the rest. So the first wicket down in the first over. Pramod Piris doesn't trouble the scorers. Came back for no score. It's 1 for 1. Savind Jai Kushal, the new batsman. Just to see how they're going to go about this. This is their third game. That's Savind Jai Kushal. He has done so far 250s. 875 runs, highest of 53, average 19, quite low for a number 3 batsman. Also striking, takes his time, 59.52. Certainly will need to up that. Metanand finishes his first over with a dot ball and with excellent figures of 1 for 1. So the score is 1 for 1. After 1.
In the heart of Colombo. In the heart of Colombo, where dreams are.
So we're back on. Tharindo De Silva remain not out with a not out batsman. So that is Sachin Kolita. Strike rate is very good, 124. That's what they'll need for someone to keep going at that rate. Highest score 59, just a 150, averaging 17. Will need to get that up. Just 233 runs, 16 innings. Unorthodox play, I would say. Bowls with a slightly different action, even batting. If you notice, his front foot is opened. That's the bowler's profile. Tharindo De Silva, 9 wickets, just 9 games. Best is 2 for 17. Talking about that Sachin Look at the way he bats his front foot, the toes pointing towards the ball or the umpire. Even when he bowls, has a different approach. He likes to do things differently. Full delivery. Can't get that away. So he needs to put it into the gap, try and get Shashin on strike. Hari is the batsman this time. It's been good by Tarind. This one nicely driven, equally well fielded, but Shahin is off the mark finally. Certain boundary if that had got past that fielder. Nicely driven, you saw that, and very good bit of fielding. That's the commitment you need. Oh, that's gone. Misses the full toss, walks across his stumps. He thought it was missing, but not the bowler and the umpire. The man that matters in the middle. He thought it's going on to hit. It'll be interesting to see, but that was full. It was a lazy shot, I would say. Oh, yeah, definitely. That would have crashed into middle. Look at where he's... sorry, Shashin. You got your onions in a twist. You cannot think that that's going down leg. That would have crashed into middle. Has to walk. That was a lazy shot. And Sachin Kohli walks back for 2. And it's 3 for 2 after 2. Both opening bowlers doing the job for their captain. They've picked up a wicket each. This is exactly what Commercial Bank, when they won the toss and elected to bowl first, would have wanted. But it's gone. Everything has gone wrong for them at the moment. It fielded badly. Ground fielding, the catching, the bowling was erratic. Conceded 209 runs, and now 2 overs, they've lost 2 wickets. Then continuing. Some batsmen generally not happy with the umpire's decisions all the time. But this one clearly was crashing into middle stump. There we see that again. See, he walks across. And where is it hitting? It hit him on, say, middle and off. That was plumb out. Not sure why he would even turn back and look at the umpire. Walked straight back to the pavilion when he knows he missed it. This is good bowling by Gayan, keeping it very tight. That required run rate now approaching the 12 run mark. 12 runs over. To keep doing that for a long period won't be easy. Full toss, but can't put it away straight to the field. That's the sort of day that Commercial Bank is having, missing straight full tosses and then wide outside of some full tosses, hitting it straight to the fielders. Can't get the runs. That's a wide. And trying to push it even further away. Samila Tamind, the new batter on strike. This one, he is sitting there, manages to get it over that mid-off fielder. Lucky, just over the mid-off fielder's head. End of the third over. It's 6 for 2.
From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
This one again a loud shout by Tarindo, but that time clearly missing leg going. So this is good bowling. He's trying to bowl it full. Let's see whether the ball will have some movement. There, see, yes, definitely there was movement and definitely going down the leg this time. Again, full delivery. This time inside edge. Manages to find the boundary. Is that was that just a run, is it? Because it had gone to the fine leg fielder. Cameraman also losing it in the process. Just the one run. Quick single taken. That was a good bit of cricket there. Saw that the fielder was sitting at the back. Took off with that shot. Playing with soft hands. This one swings it away. That will be the first boundary. That's the first maximum. 6. That was a bit of a wild swing. They won't mind it as long as the runs keep coming. Need a few of those early on. Over mid wicket. Region for 6. Again, hammers it on the offside. Past extra cover field into the boundary. So these are good runs here. Samila Daminda is getting a move on. That's what you need to do. Let it go on for too long. That required rate 11.88. Coming down thanks to those runs in this over. Again, foolish. That's another 6. Tarindo De Silva taken to the cleaners in this over. That was another monstrous hit. After 4 overs, it's 24 for 2.
In the heart of Colombo, where dream...
Gayan will continue his third over. Kanmetta Nand. Just the 4 runs conceded of his bowling so far. Driven. Good bit of fielding there. Prevents the batsman from taking a run. That's Hindu looking at giving the strike to Shamila. But this has been good bowling by Gayan. This time manages to work it towards long on for a single. And Shamila back on strike. Took a liking to the faster bowler. Billy go after the spinner. Yes, he tries one. There we see that. Oh, was his foot on the line? But the umpire says no. That I think what the umpire's gesture going to the third umpire would have been a good option. But I think that was gone. Looked like his foot was on the line. Nothing behind it. When if you have something behind it, it has to be grounded. It cannot be in the air. Oh, coming on with the arm. Brilliant bowling. When Shamila finding it a bit tough to get Gayan away. So those figures, 2.5 overs, 1 for 5. He is wearing his pace brilliantly, short and wide, but can't make contact. Another dot ball to end. So 5 overs done, it's 25 for 2.
Well, it has been a very slow start by the Commercial Bank. 25 for the loss of 2 wickets after 5 overs. They're into the last over of the mandatory power play, chasing down a mammoth total, I would call it, 209. 15 overs left. 186 more runs required. In fact, 185 more runs required in 90 deliveries. It's going to be a very tough ask for the Commercial Bank batters. They haven't got the start that they would want to have at the end of the first 6 overs. Dylan Ranathunga. Change in bowling. Short, but straight into the fielder. Shamila has played some delightful strokes, 18 of 10, but on the other hand, Savinder here struggled a lot. 4 of 14. He needs to change the game. He needs to put his foot on the accelerator. Chasing down a big total, 10 plus runs required at the start of the innings, but now it's way ahead of that. Gets a quick single. 26 for 2 now. 184 more runs required of 88 deliveries. Mass Active being put into bat first this morning. They got off to a good start and they made sure to finish things off in style, thanks to some brilliant batting by the skipper and Binner at the latter part of the innings. Beautiful conditions, the sun is shining bright. It's almost 12 in the noon here in Colombo. Steaming sun, the players out there will be feeling the heat as well. The Mass Active players out there in the field, they might be feeling a lot more comfortable comparing to the Commercial Bank batters. Dancing shoes on, goes over extra cover. A fantastic shot, breaking the shackles. Shamila, he continues on his merry way. That's the reason that he wanted to get off Savinda from strike. Beautiful shot. Mid off and extra cover inside the field, bisecting the two fielders. Tries for a big shot, gets a bit of inside edge. Good bit of fielding by the deep third man fielder, saving 2 runs for his team. Short delivery, trying to go up and over mid wicket. Probably got an outside edge, I believe. A diving effort, surely saving a couple of runs. Quick single, yes, no. Shy of the non-strikers then. 6 overs done, power play completed. 32 for the loss of 2 wickets. .32 for the loss of 2 wickets after 6 overs. It has been a very quiet power play. They need many more boundaries. Singles aren't going to help them. They need the big shots coming in. Gets Shamila back on strike. Now that's what's important. Get the big hitter back on strike. With the field being spread out, the batters would get the freedom of scoring freely, but the singles, which is really not going to help them. At this point, they need some big shots, at least a couple of boundaries every over. That's mandatory. Short, pulls it down the ground. 3 singles so far in this over, a quite decent one. Gayan, he'll be completing his spell with this over. Open the bowling for Mass Active. 3.2 overs, one wicket for 8 runs. Fabulous bit of bowling. Dances down the track and hammers it back over the bowler into the boundary for 4 runs. Great piece of batting. Shamila, he decides that he's going to continue on his merry way of playing the shots. Beautiful shot. Safest players in the park if you are trying to take on a bowler. Straight as an arrow. Valiant effort. Goes in vain. So far, it has been a good over for Commercial Bank. 10 runs coming off this over. In fact, 8 runs coming off this over. Still not sufficient. Would need another boundary. Dances down the track. Fires it outside the off stump. Will be just the 1 run to complete over number 7. 41 for the loss of 2 wickets.
In the heart of Colombo.
Well, that's the target for Commercial Bank. 169 more runs required. Goes for a big shot. There is protection. Maybe just one run. Zavinder trying to break the shackles. Walks across the stumps. Gets a bit of inside edge. With square leg and fine leg inside the circle. That'll run down to the boundary for Commercial Bank. A welcome boundary for Chamila. He's just taking the bowlers on with quiet ease. He moves up to 34 of 18. Realizing that the fielders behind square are inside the circle. Just needed a little bit of bat to clear the infield. He goes again. And this time, he clears the boundary. Half a dozen for Chamila. Takes Commercial Bank past the 50-run mark. 52 for 2. Chamila 40 of 19. Beautiful shot. Rocks on to the back foot, realizing that the ball was dragged down a little bit. Not sure if that was the ideal delivery by Dylan Ranathunga. With short fine leg and square leg fielders inside the circle, you need to be a little bit more disciplined. One through the leg side, this time goes to the offside. Just the one run. There's a fielder protecting the back of the point boundary. Just the one run. 157 more runs required now. It's going to be a very tough ask. 12 runs coming off this over. They need to do this consistently for the next 12 overs. That's going to be a very tough ask. Goes downtown this time. Didn't connect it quite swiftly though, just the one run. This has been a decent over so far. 13 coming off this. Finishes things off with a single. 8 overs done. Commercial Bank 55 for the loss of 2 wickets. Now that's the tough ask. The required run rate 12.92. They need a 6 and a boundary every over. It's not going to be easy. Full toss. Hammers it. One bounce into the fence. Well, when you're chasing down a big total, you need these kind of deliveries to come your way. Umpire just confirming if it was a boundary or a 6. There you go. One bounce into the mid-wicket fence. Chamila. He's on a mission. Choosy full toss. He had all the time in the world to play it into any part of the park. Slowed it down a little bit. That is absolutely what you need to be doing. And spinners, do not give pace to the batters when they're trying to take you on. Drag the length down a little bit. Hit that good length. And let the ball talk off the surface. Hammers it. Pass back the bowler. Half a dozen for Chamila. And he gets to a very well-deserved half-century of 24 deliveries. What a knock. A brilliant innings. A classy knock by a classy player. Clearing the front foot. Into his arc. That's poor bowling. That's a hit mid-delivery. Straight as an arrow. The long on fielder, he could just look at the delivery sail over his head. They have got the 6 and the 4 in the over. Now they need the singles. 3 singles would get them to that total of 13 runs that's required of an over. Good over so far. 11 runs coming off this one. Now Savinda, he needs to do a little bit of damage. He's 10 of 20. He can't afford to hang out there. Chances down the track, but with no proper intention. A golden delivery for the Mars Active. They need more dots. Apply the pressure. Wild swing. Oh, they'll look for a second run, but turns it down. 12 runs coming off that over. 9 overs done. 66. In fact, 67 for the loss of 2 wickets.
In the heart of Colombo, where
The last 3 overs, it has been good for the Commercial Bank batter, especially with the help of Chamila. He's really gone after the bowlers, played some delightful strokes. But still, look at the required run rate. 13. Git Sankalpa, the skipper, brings himself on. It's going to be very interesting with the ball turning into the right-hand batter. Git Sankalpa, he did a lot of damage when he was out there with the bat in hand. He managed to score 32 of 9 deliveries with some mammoth shots, 4 sixers. He managed to clear the boundary quite comfortably. A very tall lad, 6'4", 6'5" maybe. There you go, this is what I was talking about. With the ball turning into the right-hand batter, you ball into the arc of Chamila. He's going to take you. That's a good shot, straight down the ground. Git Sankalpa, realizing that he might go after him, he threw it outside the off stump, but little he could do. The batter was too smart. He knew what Git Sankalpa was trying to do over there. Managed to get it in between those 2 fielders. He goes again, but Git Sankalpa slowing things down a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned about how Savinda has been playing out there, 12 of 23 now. He's bringing all that extra pressure to Chamila as well. Singles aren't really going to help Commercial Bank at this stage. They need some big shots. They need to clear the boundary quite often. There you go. Pulls it very slowly. Smart bowling. If you did take a closer look at that, Chamila going for that big back lift, getting himself prepared for a launch, but had hardly any pace. Smart bowling. This is brilliant. Completes over number 10. 7 runs coming off that. 74 for 2.
So the halfway mark, it's they need another 136 of 60. They'll need to keep going. Chamila, 58 of 29 is doing the damage. Savinda doing the right thing, getting a single off the first delivery, getting Chamila on strike. Ravindu Lakshan, meantime, has bowled 1 over for 12 and in his second. Quite a lot needed. I think it has come to a stage where it's not just one batsman. I think from both ends, both batsmen will have to go after the bowling there to get to that mammoth 210 for victory. 13.9 and almost 14 runs over required from here on. This is good. This is good bowling. I mean, the keeping Chamila tied down. Might see a false stroke coming. That was full smash towards deep extra cover. Batsman back for the second. Chamila moves on to 60 of 32. Safely home. Short. That was a cross-batted, what do you say, that pull. They'll take it anyway. Cross-batted shot over the bowler's head. Basically like a tennis shot. There we see. Ended up being like a pull onto the side screen. 2 of those in every over might still won't be enough. Nicely done. That was the last delivery. Quick single. Chamila will keep the strike. He's on 66. And after 11, it's 83 for 2.
In the heart of Colombo, where
The skipper Geet Sankalpa. That one is hit in there. 2 fielders converging on it and falls in between. Chamila lives to fight another day. It's a Savinder. He's on 14 of 25. He needs to go as well. Oh, that's it. Trying to take it upon him and then misses it completely. Easy work for the wicketkeeper. And Savindu has to walk back for 14. That's the replay. No real attempt to even come back. The skipper strikes. It's 85 for 3 and the players will have drinks.
Coffee, tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers, and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Stop by for breakfast or wind down after work. Bring your friends and family over. We're always here. On the right wing of the MCA Pavilion, welcome to the MCA Coffee Lounge.
So we are back after the drinks break. It's 125 needed of 52. Tall ask. Everything depends on Chamila Daminda. The new batsman is Nipuna Piris. Plays one in the air straight away. He's off the mark, but not without giving a chance. Making it a little bit scary. Sankalpa 1 for 9. Singles won't be enough. Put up this. Doesn't have much time. He'll need to get going. That is short, pulled. That's into the boundary for 4. That's what's needed. both ends they need to go. Whoever is on strike needs to look at those boundaries. That time wide outside the leg side. After that boundary, trying to go a bit more fuller. Oh, that was given. What did happen there? Even the batsman was confused. Let's see what was. Oh yes, definitely. Just to see whether it pitched outside leg. I think the umpire took his time to look at that. But coming back on, I think the bowler was surprised. He probably is gone for 5. He's trying to look at that pull shot again, trying to open himself up. Hit plumb in front. The umpire's finger took time to come up, but he would have been thinking in his mind whether that was pitching outside leg and turned in, but I think it pitched in line and went on. It's 92 for 4 now. Trying to Lakshan. A lot will depend on Chamila. Can he handle that pressure? Needs to be on strike for most of the deliveries, and he needs to score runs. Hit straight back, just away from the bowler. It was in the air, but new batsman Savindu Chandrasekhara. It go, not sure what it was appealing for. Just pressed the pad, but it was way outside off stump. Savindu off the mark. With a couple. There was a slight misfield. Batsman alert. Nicely work to that point fielder. They'll get another run. Doing it now in singles won't help. Look at that required run rate 16 now. 13 done. It's 96 for 4. Again, another single. Pulled away. That's gone many a mile. Another 6. Samila fighting a lone battle here. Now manages to pick up that wicket, the all important wicket. Keith Sankalpa, the skipper. Jamila trying to go at the top. He knew he needs to look at boundaries. There we see that again. That was outside the off stump. Trying to go straight over the top, but slicing it. The bat turning in his hand. Catch on the boundary. Gone for 76 of 40 deliveries. That's the 5th wicket down. 103 for 5, and that with that the game's gone, I would say. Janat, the new batsman. Runner Singer, 46 is highest. Strike rate is pretty decent, 159. That's the 270 runs. This is good by Keith Sankalpa. 3 for 22 in his 3rd over. They were looking for a second because it was played with soft hands, but decides against it. That's the last wicket. There you see, he was trying to go. It was leg side-ish, but ended up caught it long off. That's what pressure can do. A lot dependent on him. Goes for a big heave. Gets the bottom of the bat. End of another over, 14 done. It's 104 for 5. It's 105 for 5.
In the heart of Colombo, where
Exactly another 105 needed. Just the 6 overs remaining. 17.5 is the required run rate. So that's what they need to look at in every over. That'll be a wide. Tries to go big. That's another one. So now wickets falling in a hurry. Ravi Lakshan picks up his first wicket. You can't help it, but they need to look for runs. I would say they left it a little bit too late, trying to look at that boundary. But placing it right where that fielder was, straight into his hand. Savindu Chandrasekhara goes for 5. It's 106 for 6. That's Taraka Gunatilaka, the new batsman. He has 150-51, averaging 20.96 strike rate, 466 runs in 26 games. Off the mark straight away. Need to keep swinging. I think what they'll need to do is now try and pick up as much as runs possible, but bat the 20 overs if they're looking at that net run rate. But this is the third loss that they'll be encountering, so it will be hard for them to come back into this tournament to the second round unless they really do something with the balance matches. Be a wide. Have to re-bowl that. 2 wides in this over. That's the last wicket. Had the right idea, but not the execution. This one again pulled in there. 1 bounce to the fielder. Tarak off the mark. Sorry, that was Janath. Getting cut away, but just can't build the inner ring of fielders. Not required run rate climbing rapidly now. 18.94. 100 more needed. So 8 ball over comes to an end. It's 15 done. It's 110 for 6.
Well, we're into the last 5 overs and it's a mammoth task, isn't it? 99 more runs required of 30 deliveries starting the last 5 overs. Janath goes down on one knee and smacks it over deep Sportylk for a big 6. Well, they'll need plenty of them. Almost 20 runs required per over. It's not going to be easy, but that one was a very good shot. Clean one coming right out of this cruise. Clearing the ropes quite comfortably. They need at least 3 of them, isn't it, in an over? It's not going to be easy. Trying to fetch it outside the off stump once again. Just the 1 run. The wicket of Chamila, it was a prize wicket. It was a big one for Mars Active. Keith Sankalpa, the skipper. He was good with the bat. And he has been fantastic with the ball as well. 3 for 31. Playing his part as a skipper. Contributing as an all-round performer. On the trot. And that sails straight into the hands of the fielder. That's wicket number 4 for Keith Sankalpa. And wicket number 7 for Commercial Bank. It's a matter of time now. They're just falling apart. Very good bowling. Smart piece of bowling by Keith Sankalpa. He knows that they're trying to drag them from outside the off stump. So the more you bowl it outside the off stump, life is going to be hard for the batters. A very short stay. Take a close look at that. Trying to go downtown. Doesn't connect it clearly. Look at those blue skies. And an easy catch for the long on fielder. Early bats. Jonathan Ranasinghe, a very short stay. 10 off 8. 7 wickets down. 419. The new man walks out to the middle. Bhagya. Beautiful delivery. Fired it in. 4 for 34. What a performance this has been by Geet Sankalpa. Absolutely outstanding. Full again. Looking for the 5th wicket. Almost got it. 16 overs done. A good one. 9 runs given. But grabbed the important wicket. 120 for 7. Four overs left. Dylan Ranatunga walks into the attack. A cheeky shot straight into the hands of the fielder inside the ring on the offside. That's wicket number 8 for Commercial Bank. Too easy. Catching practice. He departs. A very short stay once again. A fruitful over. The very first delivery of the over for Dylan Ranatunga brings a wicket. The new man walks out to the middle. Isuruya Senta. 90 of 23 deliveries. Almost becoming an unachievable task. Nothing much with the bat. Gonna be very tough. Trying to drive outside the off stump. Almost getting that outside edge. There's the previous wicket. Trying to just push it onto the offside. Oh, that was a tough one. Well, that's drama behind the wickets. That's a big drama, isn't it? Let's take a quick look at that there. Comedy of errors. Got the outside edge. First second, second attempt, third attempt, and it spills out. Very unfortunate. Lucky batter survives. He maintains the line and length outside the off stump, making life hard for Isuru Yasin. The 4-dot deliveries in this over, including the first one, which was a wicket. Gets it wrong this time, maybe. Works it on to the leg side and crosses over for a single. It has been a decent over. Just a matter of time now for Mars Active before they seal things off. Looks like it's going to be a big victory. It's really going to help them when it comes to the net run rate, which will play a major part. Just the 2 runs and a wicket of over number 17. 122 for 8.
In the heart of Colombo, where dream
88 of 18 required now. It's been quite tough. Commercial Bank, they tried their best, but very unfortunately, it has not been the day for them. And the bigger story is it'll be most probably their 3rd consecutive loss. Inside edge, almost jacked back onto the stumps. A lucky escape, I would call it. There you go, that outside the off stump line and length. Tharindu Risilva, he decides that he's going to maintain that as well. Isuru Yasin, it has been a tough day, isn't it, for the batters from the Commercial Bank. They have tried hard, but unfortunately, nothing coming on their way. Looking for that Yorker, probably a full toss. Should have done better with that, isn't it? Oh, Yorker length delivery again. Surprised the bowler, isn't he? Is it? Look at him. He's surprised. How did that miss the stumps? That was very close. Mars Active. They were good with the bat. Now look at that. Now even I'm wondering how did that miss the stumps. I'm just too surprised, isn't it? It's just kissing the stumps on its way to the wicket keeper. A quick single. Shy of the stumps. No damage done. 2 runs coming off this over. Taraka back on strike. Well, now it comes to that point where it becomes really impossible. 36.69 required per over. 13 balls, 13 sixes. You ain't going to win that still. Wide down the leg side. Well, as bowlers, now it's just a matter of time. You need to be disciplined. Try to finish things off in style. Do not try anything fancy. looking for that Yorker once again. Gets it all wrong. Glove work behind the wickets. Decent over, just 4 runs coming off there. 18 overs done. 1, 2, 6 for 8. We are into the last 2 overs of the innings. 1, 2, 6 for 8. Leg spin has been introduced into the attack. Sarindu Gimhana. Oh, a juicy full toss. Now wrist protection at deep square leg. Plays and misses. It has been that kind of a day for the Commercial Bank batters. They have tried really hard, but unfortunately, not been the day for it. Three deliveries, in fact 4 deliveries on bowled in this over. Just a couple of runs given so far. He yoked himself almost. Tharaka. 19 overs done. We are just left with the 1 over of this innings. 129 for 8. Now into the final over of the innings. Well, that's worth a look again. That was a proper leave from the batter. A good delivery. Back at the length by Tharindu De Silva. And Tharaka had all the presence of his mind to leave it. Look at that. That just looks like the opening ball of a test match. And he denies the single as well. What's his plan? Is he going to go big, or maybe just leave the rest of the 4 deliveries? Very defensive, very watchful. I'm surprised to see how he is just batting out this final over. He denied the single the previous delivery as well, and now he's happy to defend it with the 81 runs required of 3 deliveries. This is quite interesting. Wow, that's brilliant. Absolutely. It clearly looks like the first over of a test match. Just a little bit of batting practice. Probably feeling a little bit lazy to come out later to do a little bit of net practice. So he's making sure that he's getting it on here. Tharaka. There you go. Very watchful. And denies the single again. Isuri Jacinta. Maybe he's not happy. Well, 5 dot deliveries. It's just the one delivery left to finish things off for Commercial Bank. A brilliant effort by Mars Active. They held their nerve. They played their part with the bat, and the bowlers coming out quite decently and delivering their best. Right, then we are into the final delivery. Oh, that was a good delivery. Good contest between the batter and the bowler. And that finishes things off for Commercial Bank. And 20 overs done. 129 for 8 and a comprehensive victory for Mars Active. A brilliant effort. They did really well with the bat, putting on a mammoth total of 209 at the end of 20 overs. Coming back strong with the ball in hand, their bowlers played their part. This is great. I need to tell you that Mars, they managed to hold their nerve and winning the game quite comprehensively by 80 runs to clinch victory and to move up the ladder, especially in the points table. As you could see, the players greeting each other, the two teams out there in the middle. It's a hot afternoon. I need to tell you that the players might be feeling the heat as they make their way back to the dressing room. Let's take a quick look at the scorecard of the Commercial Bank. They hardly look like they're going to chase down this total, isn't it? Look at the two opening batters. They really betrayed both opening batters, falling short, falling cheaply. But there was a little bit of partnership in the middle between Savinda and Shamila. The sole warrior, the skipper, he stood out 76 of 40, 6 boundaries and 6 massive sixers. But apart from that, none of the other players really supported him. 5 extras. And at the end of 20 overs, Commercial Bank ran 29 for 8. And taking a quick look at the bowling card, it was once again a one-man show by Geet Sankal, but the skipper, who was brilliant with the bat, 4 for 33 in his 4 overs, and all the other bowlers supporting 1 wicket each for Gayan Tharindu Dilan and Ravindu. And they were good and disciplined with the ball, conceding just the 5 runs. But the important fact is they kept on picking up wickets, just apart from that partnership, which was for the 3rd wicket of 82 runs. And at the 20 overs, they managed to restrict Commercial Bank at 129 for 8, winning this game by 80 runs. Right, then let's take a quick look at the session highlights. It was a very cheap start for the Commercial Bank. The umpire was quite busy raising his fingers, and there were some delightful strokes played by Savinda. In fact, Shamila Damin, the skipper, he walked out to the middle and really took the bowlers into the cleaners. He really played some delightful stroke. He played the front foot quite often as he managed to clear the boundary. Many a times he was a sole warrior. He really didn't look like he was giving up on this game. Every shot that he played with authority. And he really threw out his heart before Savinda was stumped for 14. And that was a prize wicket, isn't it? Nipuna Pirisi was LBW, but Shamila Daminda, he continued on his merry way before Savinda was just dismissed as well. He played those big strokes, and that was the big fish. Wickets kept falling apart in regular intervals. The bowlers, they played their part. They hardly gave any chance to the batters to settle themselves, and they managed to keep things under control. Taking a quick look at the match summary, Mass Active were put into bat first by Commercial Bank, who won the toss. They managed to score 209 for 4 at their 20 overs, and in reply, Commercial Bank were 129 for 8 after 20 overs, and Mass Active winning this game quite comfortably by 80 runs. And we'll take a short break, and don't go too far. We have another game coming up here at the MCA Cricket Grounds, and we'll meet you shortly.